Welcome to the Campus Rundown. I am Kevin Keys checking in from the illustrious Miles College. Today we'll be talking about personal growth in college. Sit back and we'll be right back. And we are back. Welcome again to the Campus Rundown. Again, allow me to introduce myself. I am Kevin Keys, checking in from the illustrious Miles College. I am a political science major, graduating senior from Detroit, Michigan. Talk to me, Nige. How you doing? What's going on?
Hey King, what's going on with you, man? I cannot complain, but what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Najee Speaks Farewell, checking in from illustrious Bowie State University, the first HBCU in the state of Maryland. I am graduating senior, majoring in business information systems from the one and only Baltimore, Maryland. Rebecca, talk to me.
Hey y'all, it's Rebecca Henry here. I am a sophomore psychology major with a minor in religious studies, and I attend the illustrious Spelman College. And I'm so happy to be here, y'all.
That's good. That's good. Um, so talk to me. How's everybody doing?
Hey man, I can't complain. So personally with us, right now, homecoming season is over with. Sad to say. Right now we're about to get into that midterm zone. So a lot of people on our campuses is focusing, studying, and just trying to get over that hump. How about you, Rebecca?
Yeah, campus is lit right now. We're so excited for homecoming next week. Spellhouse homecoming is next week. CAU is this week, so they're turning up now. We're kind of feeling the vibes from them in the AUC vicinity, so we're loving it. Ticket sales was just up the roof. The lines were so long, but it's all in the love of homecoming. We're just so excited. Everybody is just lit. We're having Neo and 21 Savage coming, so we're just trying to get prepared for that. So yeah, everything is great.
Okay,
Ooh,
Neo.
I'm a little jealous. You talking about some Neo, but midterms is over. Midterms is over for us as well. But one thing I can say is it's day three of homecoming, and let me tell you, we outside over here. I will say that like the campus atmosphere is just high. Everybody's just amazing. Having fun. And just get enjoying each other's energy, and that's just what you expect from homecoming. We had a midnight brunch yesterday. Our coordination was Sunday. Tonight we're going roller skating, and by the end of the week we're gonna be tailgating. So it's going good over here.
Okay, happy homecoming to you all that's tuned in right now. And before we get into our topic tonight, we are going to highlight a mental health check-in. Basically, what we do here on this show, we are big mental health advocates. So personally with me, mentally, spiritually, mentally right now, I'm in a great headspace. I cannot complain. Physically, doing pretty good, still keeping up with my health. I'm working out, making sure I'm drinking my water, taking my holistic medicines and my sea moss and stuff like that, because it is getting cold out. We do not want to get sick. And spiritually, I'm just in tune. You got to put God first, keep God first. How about you, Rebecca?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I could totally agree with you. Because midterms is now out the way, it's like kind of a woosah moment. You get to enjoy homecoming, you get to enjoy the events that's going on. But of course, you still have to focus on academics and extracurricular activities, balancing that. So that's where I am right now. I'm just very content in where I am. Yeah, I'm doing good. I can't complain. How are you, Kevin?
Physically I'm about 95%. Up and at 'em, still a little tired. I mean, it's homecoming, so you're gonna be a little tired. Not sleeping for real.
Wait.
But then you got about mentally, I'm a good 85. Still dealing with the stress and pressures of being a senior, graduating senior. So it's really a lot. But it's nothing that I can't handle. So overall, I'm doing all right. I'm all right.
That's good. I'm glad we all get to check in. And for those who are viewing, please drop in the comments how y'all are feeling, because like Najee said, we take mental health very seriously and we want to know how you're feeling. So I'm so excited, y'all, because this is the time we have our organization spotlight. We love to show our appreciation and just spotlight a few clubs and organizations and Greeks and so many other amazing HBCU associations. So with that being said, let us welcome Sonia. She is here from the Delaware State University TV station. Hey, Sonia.
Hey everybody, how's everybody doing?
Good. Please introduce yourself and give us some more information about Delaware TV station.
Absolutely. Well, hello everybody. My name is Sonia Heredia from Atlanta, Georgia. I am a mass communications senior with a concentration in digital media, and I attend the illustrious Delaware State University. I am also the programming producer of DESU TV. We've been featured on HBCU Drip, HBCU Buzz, pretty much all the HBCU pages that you can imagine. And basically for DESU TV, what we do is try to really embrace our culture here at Delaware State University. DESU TV started off during COVID for us because we started seeing that, there is a separation and a gap between students and administration, and we wanted to find a way to kind of bridge that gap and make sure that everybody was in tune and they know what is going on campus. And on top of that, we also see the popular crowds on campus, and we wanted to highlight the underdogs because we have a lot of talented people here on campus, and we wanted to create that platform for them. So we were able to do that through DESU TV, and now through shows like Drip Cam, Show and Tell. I'm the host of Around Campus. We just have a variety of shows and are able to give these opportunities for mass communication students. So it's just taken off. And honestly, it's something that I never imagined would happen. But we're having so much fun doing it, and it's being reciprocated well. And we hope that we're showing to other HBCUs that, Delaware State University is a contender. We're in a little old state, but we have some oomph to us.
Awesome. We thank you so much for coming on, and we're so very proud because we represent and we love all HBCUs here. So we are very proud that you all started in the midst of a pandemic. Like, that's hard. That's very hard. So to know that you are up and standing and really making a change to your school, we're happy to have you on. So thank you so much for coming.
Of course. Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Y'all, it was so wonderful having Sonia on. Now we're going to go into our topic of discussion for tonight. And if y'all haven't shared this live, y'all better go ahead and share, because this topic of discussion is something that you want all of your college family and friends to hop on, because tonight we will be discussing personal growth in college. Y'all, that's a very good topic that you need to hop on. And I'm so glad we're having this discussion tonight. But before we get into this conversation, let's bring our special guests in. Taylor and Brent, come on in. Hey, y'all, welcome to the Campus Rundown. And we got Sonia back for the conversation. Love it. We are in the building. So for those who haven't introduced yourselves, go ahead and introduce yourself. I'll say Taylor, introduce yourself first, and then Brent can go.
All righty, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Taylor Getwood, the 21st Mr. Texas Southern University here, and of course, I attend none other than the Texas Southern University.
Hey, everybody. My name is Brentavious Boyd. I'm a first-generation college student from Birmingham, Alabama, and I attend the #1 public HBCU, North Carolina A&T State University.
Okay. Loving the introductions. Okay. Because y'all representing, because y'all repping hard. Y'all got to tell us at least one interesting fact about your HBCU.
Okay, I'll definitely go first. So one interesting fact about my institution and my HBCU. We recently brought in the largest class that we've ever seen before of 3,000 freshmen, new incoming students, and over 1,200 transfer students. That is the largest number that we've ever seen, and TSU is on the rise to taking back our spot at being the #1 HBCU in the state of Texas.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
And so for me, I say, well, for one, we are the #1. We are the largest public HBCU there is. And another interesting fact will really be the ANC4. It was really like the ANC4 was really it was like a sit-in where it kind of sparked the civil rights movement all over the country back in the 1960s. So I just feel like that was like really something very significant for me to highlight. Like without the ANC4, it was just a lot that probably wouldn't have taken place for our HBCU as a whole.
Awesome. Awesome. Y'all heard that. So that made me know a little bit more about y'all's school. So I'm glad you all had the opportunity to share that. So let's jump into our main topic today. As y'all heard that we'll be talking about personal growth in college. And I feel like we're all in different stages in our college matriculation. So we're just here to first start off talking about our freshman experience, and then we're just going to go up and just, have a little dialogue. I know that there are some incoming freshmen at Spelman, because I'm a chapel assistant at Sister Chapel. I'm a co-lead chapel assistant, and, the guidance is needed. Because especially for those coming out of state or even those who stayed in state, just being away from home, it's just they need guidance. They need, advice, because I remember when I was in that state, I needed advice. So for me personally, I remember being a freshman just last year coming in. It was a lot of change, but I chose to take the time to really focus on my academics and get acclimated with college before I hopped into any clubs or organizations, because I needed to get that feel. And that's the advice that I usually give to freshmen who come to me, whether in chapel, whether, in my classes or whatever. So how was it for your freshman year? Anybody could jump in.
So basically for me, I had a very, very, very rocky, rough year. A lot of people know I do have a 3-year-old daughter. She was formulated within the first 2 months of me coming to college. I did not take freshman year seriously. I was the one that came in, had fun. I was there for the fun. And it didn't stop me. And thank God so much for me just to make it this far now and just to be in a part of a lot of the things that I am a part of now. My freshman year experience, I would say the advice that I would give off is make sure you stay safe, keep the right friends around you, and know why you're there. And also make sure that you take that freshman year very seriously, because like if you mess up grade wise, that'll push you back with a lot of different things. So that's my talking point on it. How about you, Kevin?
I say that my challenges was a little, like, I would say unique, because it was like, yeah, everything was on the outside student leader wise. Yeah, I was getting involved and everything, but mentally I was genuinely going through it because of the fact that I moved from Detroit all the way down to Alabama. I had no family, I had nobody. So I looked around and I had to reevaluate my mental space. And it was a lot for me mentally. And I wouldn't say it necessarily affected my grades, but it definitely was like, sometimes was the reason why I was like, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to do it. And it's like, I had to start to remember my reason why. So it took a lot of growth for that. But yeah, that's my freshman year was just,
For me, on the other hand, I'd really say my freshman year was kind of bittersweet. Even though I'm currently a sophomore now, it definitely was bittersweet. Just coming all the way from Birmingham, Alabama to Greensboro, North Carolina, it was kind of a rocky adjustment in itself. And always having that independent mindset, it kind of, I would say freshman year kind of caught me by surprise a little, because it was new. Mom and dad wasn't really there anymore, so it's just you had to really get up and handle everything on your own, and make yourself go to class. But I also feel like I established a balance in a sense. So whether that was going out to parties every weekend, I made sure I was coming to class on Mondays, and still holding my academics as a student. So I would definitely say I kind of did my duties when it came to managing that party life and stuff like that. A piece of advice I would really give to like incoming freshmen would really be just know what works for you, and just try to do the things that you love. Do everything that you're passionate about, and just it's okay to not get things right on the first time, because you got 4 more years. So just try to do your best and put your best foot forward. And I feel like that's one of the things that really got me to where I am now.
I will say for me, it was similar to I believe Kevin. But it was the opposite. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I came to Delaware. It was cold. It was like literally it was hot for like a week, and then it was like cold. So that was hard. And also having to deal with, you know, different attitudes now, different cultures, different traditions, and keeping an open mind also. So, and from an academic standpoint, I will say I wasn't taking it seriously. I did have 8 a.m. classes, and I thought that I could do that. I just couldn't. I really was just struggling to, one, make it to the classes, and then on top of that, wanting to tackle every single org was difficult. And so my advice would be prioritize and hone down on one skill before you start going to each one. And like Najee said, have those friends that are going to be on you. Like, why didn't you go to class? Why didn't you do your work? Did you finish this assignment? Why are you at this party and the assignment is due 11:59? You know, like those the type of friends that you want to keep around you at all times, because the partying is cool, but you're going to be able to party those 3 years. Homecoming is going to be a blast if you're able to, you know, get your work done, because you're not going to be stressing about, I have to catch up on some work, I have to get my grades back up, when you're already on it from day one.
Yeah. Well, I finally found, you know, some people who actually understand where I'm coming from. So my freshman year, unfortunately, was a little different than everyone else's. I came in fall of 2020, of course, when COVID-19 was here. So my freshman year was already snatched from me. So was my senior year. Another reason why my freshman year was a little difficult for me was I graduated high school with my associate's degree. So when I came here to TSU, my freshman year was also my junior year of college. So I was also declaring my major at that time, trying to figure out exactly what it is that I wanted to do. So my freshman experience was a little difficult and different than what it was. But if I can give any advice to any freshman anywhere, it will be to understand and find out your purpose and your commitment to being at this university and institution. Of course, we're going to be here for 4 years, but it is a commitment that we make to make sure that we're going from freshman year to sophomore year to junior year to senior year, and of course, we're across that stage. And there are multiple ways to finding your purpose. I would also say coming with an open mind. This is an opportunity for us to learn and grow and try new different things. As you all heard on this call, many people came from many different places to an entirely different environment. So try something new. And it's okay not to know everything. That's why we have this thing called matriculation. Because what I did as a freshman, I might not do as a sophomore. What I did as a sophomore, I might not do as a senior nor a junior. So try new things, get involved. I always tell people when you're involved, that's how you get an opportunity to network and meet more people, and also learn exactly what it is that you want to do to leave your mark at your institution.
Yeah, I can definitely agree. And I know some of us may have mentioned it, you know, during our what we were saying, but mention if you were in state or out of state. For me, I am in state. You know, I was born in Los Angeles, California, but I've been in Georgia since I was 5. So Georgia is my home. So coming to Spelman, it was like, and my church is like up the street from Spelman. So it's like home away from home. And even though I was not out of state, I still had, I was still homesick. You know, I remember moving into my dorm, feeling like my family was miles and miles away, when in reality, they was down the street. But also, I had to have the discipline enough not to go back home so much because of the availability that I had, because that was hindering me from actually growing into everything that I was supposed to be as an independent young woman on my own. So it was like a little pro and con. You know, I got to wash my clothes on the weekends, but at the same time, like, I had to get away from my household for a while to truly find who I was as an individual. So what about you all?
Definitely. Oh my God.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I'm about to say I'm definitely in state, just like you, Rebecca. My first option was to go to school in Florida. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, so a lot of schools I applied for was down south. And when I got accepted, I kind of was scared in a sense, because I'm like, what if I have to fly down here and I really don't get along with anybody at all? I really have to fly back because I'm not driving 16 hours to come all the way back to Maryland. And I got accepted into a lot of schools in Maryland as well. And being from Baltimore, Maryland, Bowie State is in PG County, which is like an hour and 30 minutes away. So I'm still home, but I'm still away. And it gave me a new journey and platform to kind of build on. And I love both. Like, I love Baltimore. Always love and rep where I'm from. And I love Bowie as well, because it gave me a different environment to just elevate and leverage. How about y'all?
Like, for me, since I was in high school, I used to always like prepare my mom, like, I'm gonna leave the state, like, you just need to prepare for me to leave. And the second that I got to Delaware, I was like, I need to go back. Like, I was like, this is the worst decision I made. But it honestly ended up being like, my experience and my journey throughout Delaware State University has created the person that I am today, and I would not take that back for the world. And I know, especially for HBCUs, we tend to complain that we're not getting enough resources, but it's really showing you what the real world is. You're gonna have to go get this for yourself. You know, people are here to guide you, but you have to want those opportunities. You have to want those jobs and put yourself out there to get them. So I would not change my journey for anything. And I personally say that it's never about the journey, it's about the lessons.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm in state, and I wanted to just piggyback off what you said, because it's so true. It's not about the journey, it is about your lessons. And I'm a firm believer, and college has taught me this, that everything happens for a reason and everything happens right on time. Of course, just as many of you are, I looked at colleges that were not in Texas. I just wanted to get out of Texas and try something new. But I ended up leading back to Houston, Texas, which is right down the street from where I live. I'm originally from Port Arthur, Texas, an hour and a half from Houston. So I did not think that I wanted to be too close, but I also was kind of nervous when I looked at schools that weren't in Texas, because I said, what if something happens to my family? I want to be able to at least get back. I don't want to have to wait on a plane ticket or pay for a plane ticket or drive hours and hours to get back if I need to be here at that instant. But as I said, that's a really good thing that to know as a freshman. Everything will happen for a reason, and everything happens right on time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for me, I'd say, well, first off, the main question I always get, because I go to NCAT, would be, why did you come from the HBCUs that were in Alabama all the way to, North Carolina A&T? And I would really say that I wanted a sense of like I would say different. I kind of feel like a lot of people from my high schools and stuff like that kind of stayed within the state, and that's perfect for them. But I kind of wanted to challenge myself and go somewhere it really wasn't known to go, as far as like North Carolina A&T. We really didn't hear much about that school where I'm from. They always tried to push off to us, Miles College, Alabama State, or Alabama A&M, and those are great schools. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of wanted a different feeling. I kind of wanted to challenge myself, so I always knew I was gonna go out of state. But I made sure I told my mom, like, Mom, look, I know I'm your oldest, I'm your baby, but when 2021 come, I gotta go. I don't know where I'm gonna go yet, but I gotta go. And so it definitely was an adjustment. Not your closest family member being 5 hours away in Atlanta, Georgia, or whatever. But it was just one of those things. I had to get up and do it. And it's I was the type of person that while I wanted something, I had to go out and get it. So I kind of want to just tell all like first gen or college students overall, like, going out of state isn't a bad decision, but staying in state isn't a bad decision either. You just really got to do what's on your mind and what's on your heart. And it's definitely achievable. I came to North Carolina A&T. At first, I was a bit scared, not having as many people around me, but it's all about your hustle. It's all about your grind, your willpower to get up every day and go to class, just how you want to get up and go to them parties too. And yeah, I would say it was definitely an adjustment. It could be a little complicated sometimes, because I feel like my HBCU was just kind of different than the HBCUs I grew up around in their culture. But overall, it was a great experience.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. And just word to all the freshmen out there, do not feel guilty if you stayed in state. Do not feel guilty if you went out of state. Do not, like, your journey is your journey. Wherever you go, I believe God is with you. So you'll be okay. You'll be fine. All of the loneliness that you may feel, all of the making new friends, or like everything, all like, I'm sorry, is that Kevin or Dante said something about how like, I just lost my train of thought. But basically, the journey is for a reason. That's what you said. The journey is for a reason. So don't ever feel guilty about any decisions that you make. Just try and do your best. And I truly believe that will take you far. It really will. So now I want to talk about like our personal growth, because that's, the main topic. But like I'm sure we all have testimonies and we all have learned so much throughout our college years, as far as like losing friends, losing old habits, gaining new ones, finding our tribe, finding the people who is meant for us, and still finding that, because people feel like even if you're upperclassmen that you have it all together. No, that's not true. We're still trying to figure things out too, but we have learned a lot along the way. So just tell us some testimonies or just some things that you've learned and grown from.
But for me, I would say definitely take it day by day. When it comes to friends or when it comes to just, wanting to put yourself out there and get involved, definitely don't waste your time on, getting involved with things that, that are not really for you. I feel like genuine intent is always the most important thing. Be genuine with everything you do because your work is like a reflection of yourself. So I would definitely say just, do the things you're passionate about. When it comes to growing in different aspects, you got to sometimes get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I would say that like my HBCU has made me so uncomfortable so many times, but every time I've grown in a sense. And I feel like that's very essential. And I don't really condone PWI slander or anything, but I definitely say like I feel like that challengeness I really wouldn't get that at a PWI how I get it at my HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would definitely say that I am so grateful that I am not the freshman that I came in. And that's the whole purpose and point of college. You're not supposed to leave the way you came in. If you leave in the same way you walked in, something wrong, or you need to go back or go somewhere else. My freshman year, like as I said, it was a little different than most. We had our own dorm, so we didn't have a roommate, which was a good and bad thing. We weren't really open on campus, so everything was pretty much virtual. Our hump days were virtuals. We even had a little virtual homecoming experience from time to time. So everything was much different. And different, it also taught me that different isn't always bad. Sometimes different is good. It forced me and my classmates and my peers to actually think, to actually do things different, which forced us to become creative and forced us to learn more methods and more ways to be successful and move around the barriers and boulders that were in our way. Freshman year, I learned a lot about myself as a person. I learned about the things that I was willing to accept, the things that I weren't willing to accept. It taught me more about people. One unique thing about college is you're surrounded by so many different people from so many different facets of lives and backgrounds and many people from all over the place. So you learn more about yourself just by dealing with them. I learned who I can trust. I learned who I could not trust. I learned things that I will do, things that I did, and things that I will never do again. So freshman year is really like one of the most important years of your experience and your collegiate experience, at least, because this is your playground to learn the things that I'm going to do moving forward and things that I can change. I know for a fact I've changed my friend group about 6 or 5 times when I was a freshman. I talked to this group, found out they wanted to party too much. It wasn't for me. Went to that group, found out they was on some shady stuff. It wasn't for me. Went to this group, thought it was for me, but it wasn't. And I'll leave you with this token of advice as well. And this is my philosophy that I gained from freshman year. Everything happens for a reason and for a purpose. And I look at my friendships because in every friendship, even the ones that I'm not in anymore, I took something from them and I learned something from them. Either I learned a method of looking at an outlook of something, or either I learned something that I really didn't see about myself that I can change and improve to become who I am today. So I would not change my freshman experience for anything, because if I did, I'd be who I am today, and I would not have the platform that I have today.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I will say for me, my freshman year really taught me how to just overcome, especially because my first semester was just fun, party, and then the second semester was pandemic. And like I had to drop a class 3 times. It was like a multi-digital media class because I knew in my head I can't learn what I want to learn virtually. And even that, friendships through the pandemic became more strained because we weren't seeing each other. And it's like, okay, so now that we're not nowhere near each other, it's like there's no communication. And so I had to learn, boundaries. I had to learn what were my limits. And those are all things that you need to like really kind of take in consideration, because you also don't want people to walk over you. And I see that on a day to day. And also be mindful of the people who, they're away from their parents. And so now they're on campus acting all kinds of foolishness, and that's freshman year. And so just be mindful of those and be mindful of the things that, like, are you okay with your parents seeing this sometimes, like that's kind of the mindset that I had on a day-to-day basis, because especially because my mom is all the way down south and I'm up north. It's like, I don't want to do anything that could jeopardize, one, my academics, two, me proving to her that I can go this far away from her and be able to still come back with a good grade, still come back with, just everything that she tried to instill in me. So I will say in that aspect, just be aware of your surroundings, be aware of who you're around. I know people like to say don't trust nobody, but you also want to find somebody that you can confide in, because somebody needs to know where you're at. Somebody needs to, be able to see, like, make sure that you're on track as well. So that'd be my advice.
Yeah, most
totally,
definitely.
totally agree with all of you as well. I'm back on the topic of like, as a freshman, you're gonna come in with a lot of group of friends. You're gonna come in, you might have a big friend group that semester. So for me, I came in 2018, so I had at least a full freshman year. My first semester of sophomore year, it was fun, and then spring is when COVID just took over. So like I started off with like at least it was like 15 of us. Second semester, a lot of people dropped out. Then it was then about like I'm gonna say 8. Now in my friend group, it's like a solid 5 of us, and we freshman year. But it was a big process to kind of find like to who's for you, who's really here genuinely, who's just trying to be around me for clout, who's trying to be around me just for, oh, he got opportunities, or I just want to have access to this person because I like the illusion of them. But like you also have to like make sure those specific people that's in your circle, they are trustworthy and they are solid individuals, because like y'all going through real life moments here. You really want to have a strong support system by your side, and you will lose a lot of friends. Like high school, I'm sure like a lot of my friends back home, I really don't talk to as much as maybe like 2, but a lot of people are doing the same thing. So it's the same way in college as well. Like you'll meet a lot of people, and then the more you elevate and you grow as a person, um, you can't really bring too many people with you where you going, but you still stay loyal to the ones that was always there from you since day one.
Yeah.
I can totally agree with that one. Some of my advice is pretty much the same because I mean, going through my freshman year, I had a lot of friends. I mean, I had friends from California, Michigan, like they all came down here, and it's like I was like, I got a lot of friends, and now I'm a graduating senior, and it's like I probably got like 3 or 4 friends left, because one thing that you're gonna have to learn, and something I wish that somebody would have told me is don't be around people that gets upset when good things happen to you. When people are constantly like just being upset or saying, "Oh, well, why are you always bragging?" No, I'm telling my friend something that I care about, or something that happened to me. You should want to see me succeed as much as I want to see you succeed. So just always keep that in mind. And then also, if you are the smartest person in your circle, find some new people. You always want to be around people that's going to constantly keep making you better, constantly keep, wanting to see you succeed and get to the point that where you want to be. So, that's a lot of stuff that I learned, and some of them I learned the hard way. Some of them I took heed to it and followed it immediately.
Yeah. I could totally agree. And I feel like the transition is going to be difficult, of course, coming from high school to college. But you have to get in your mind you're not in high school anymore. The high school habits, the high school cliques, the high school gossip, all of that, throw that out the window. It's time to, become a grown up now. And like I said, I know the transition is difficult to get out of that mindset, like, because it is a mentality. It is such thing as a high school mentality. And, but just try your best to, just put yourself in a mindset of, okay, how would my mom handle this? Because I'm now on my own, how would she go about this? She would probably, set aside some time or organize her time to where, everything is lined up right. That's how I saw it. Because it's like I'm not in high school anymore. Like my mom can't wake me up to go to my 8 a.m. But I know in my mom's shoes, she woke up at a certain time to wake me up. So now I have to put myself like in an adult's shoes. So like try your best to get out of that mentality, because it's time to grow up. It really is. It's the hard truth, it's the hard reality, but it's time. So thank y'all so much for this conversation. It was very much needed. I feel like we can go on and on because there's so much we could talk about. And if y'all want a part 2, let us know. Let us know, definitely. But before we check out, we definitely want to do our accountability check. And for those who don't know what that is, we just want to make sure that we are bettering ourselves. And the only way we can do that is just to go step by step. So we like to take the week and figure out what is a goal that we want to do for this week that is different from the norm. Don't be like, oh, I want to eat a vegetable. Like, don't do that. We want something that will actually make a change in your life step by step. And last week, mine was to record a Faith Talk video for my Faith Talk social media, Christ-based encouragement. So that actually happened, y'all. Let's give it a round of applause, because the week before, my accountability was to cook a meal at home. That didn't happen, but we're gonna run that back this week. So I'm gonna start off. My accountability check for this week will be to cook at least one meal at home. How about you, Najee?
So the first week was my homecoming week, and I had to leave, but my accountability check was to save some money during homecoming season. That did not happen. Last week, my accountability check was to make sure that I got my mock-ups and stuff approved and posted for my new merchandise drop, and that happened today after I got the email. Oh yeah, you guys are on air today for the show. I'm like, oh snap. Let me get my stuff uploaded and posted. And my accountability check for this week is, Rebecca, is crazy because my pastor actually just asked me to be a speaker and speak for the youth service on Sunday. So that's that I'm doing this Sunday, stepping out my comfort zone, and that's my accountability check. I'm gonna let y'all know how that goes next week. How about you, Kevin?
Well, last week my accountability check that I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure that I made a plan because for those who don't know, I'm the regional second vice director of Phi Beta Sigma Southern Region, and I wanted to see, because in my region I have Mississippi and I have Florida. So we all know what's going on in Jackson, Mississippi, and it's not over yet. It's not over. We still need to help the people of Jackson, Mississippi. It's starting to really remind me of Flint, Michigan, because I'm from Detroit, and to see that water crisis and how long it lasts even after the publicity. So it's like I want to draft a true plan on how our Sigmas in Jackson can execute a plan to try to get that together, or try to at least help, minimize the damage that's being done. Then in Florida, with schools like Bethune-Cookman and other schools being, affected from the Hurricane Ian, I wanted to create a plan to make sure they had everything that they needed. But one thing that I can say that I did is I partnered with the president of the NAACP for the not Tuskegee, from the Bethune-Cookman chapter. And we was able to do a event on campus for our Miles Monday market that we had for homecoming week. We was accepting like different toiletries and things for the people of Bethune-Cookman. So that's part one of so much more that we got to do. So I'm gonna add that to this week's accountability check, is to continue to draft plans to continue to help the people and that was affected in Florida, and to continue to help the people that were affected in Jackson, Mississippi.
Awesome. What about you, Taylor?
Well, I actually checked off one of them last night. I got 8 hours of sleep, finally, a full 8 hours of sleep. But I have to say, to get in front of my work, this season, I like to say this semester came in with some hands, man. It done dragged me all over the campus. I don't know if it's because I'm Mr. TSU now or because I have senioritis and getting ready to graduate. But I would definitely say that my accountability check is to go ahead and get the rest of this week's work done before Thursday. And hopefully I'll be back to let you all know how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. What's your accountability check, Brent?
I would really say time manage a bit more. One of my main goals last week was to make sure I go to the gym at least 5 times that week. I did not meet that goal just because, getting involved on campus could be a bit much sometimes. You sometimes lose track of time. Those meetings back to back. So it could sometimes be a bit much. But I definitely want to say I want to ensure that I'm abiding by my daily schedule that I write down to the fullest extent as to executing my being that I'm sophomore class vice president. I was given the responsibility of ensuring that we get a class picture as soon as possible. So I'm just gonna make sure I stay on top of that and get that handled.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, Sonia.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, my accountability check for the week is going to be to just reach out to my family more often. Since I've been away from college, I tend to not even speak to my close aunts, uncles, cousins. So I think this week I'm going to try to reach out to them and just catch up with them. I think I need that.
Yes, that's a good one. That might be one for next week for me because I can definitely relate to that. But we want you all to drop your socials because we want to keep in contact with you. You want the audience to be able to keep in contact with you. If you have a business page, anything like that, we want you to be able to use this platform to just put yourself on because we want to support you. So, Sonia, we can start off with you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. You can follow DESUTV at DESUTV on Instagram and DESUTV on YouTube. And if you want to follow me and see more of me, you can follow me on Instagram at Sonia X Elena.
Okay, Brent.
All right. Well, once again, my name is Brentavious Boyd, but you could call me Brent. I really appreciate you all for having me. It was really a blast. My Instagram is official Brent B _. That's official Brent B _. I'm heavily involved on campus. I participate in acting, modeling, anything within the fashion area. So if you need a little outfit help, DM me. I got you. I'm always coloring my hair too. So look, let me know. I'm just creative overall. And once again, that's official Brent B _. And I'll type it in the chat as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Taylor.
Like everyone else has said, thank you so much for inviting me and allowing me this opportunity. I think this time has been very well spent. You can follow me on Instagram at itsyaaboi.tget. It's your boy. I'm the only person on Instagram with that name, so don't go trademark it. Outside of Mr. TSU, I'm also the youngest African elected official in the state of Texas, serving on the Port Arthur ISD School Board. So I always go live frequently doing Q&As, keeping you all up to date with what we're doing with the school system and what we're doing here on campus. I'm also a singer and actor, public speaker, keynote speaker. So I'm always constantly doing something. You can follow that page if you want to see more of me. I'm on Facebook too at Taylor Getwood, TaylorGetwood. I would love for you all to come and follow me. I do interactive things with my followers, especially, like I said, my Q&A, where we talk about life, college, anything. I try to give my best advice that I can. And we do talent shows on there too. So y'all come on and y'all come hang out with your boy.
Okay, period. Go ahead, Kevin. Can't hear you.
Okay, yeah, I was muted. All right, so y'all, I only got Instagram. I ain't got all that other stuff, and I need to put it in my accountability check to actually get my official business page up. But my personal account is Special K _20. That's all I got.
Awesome. All right, Najee.
What's going on, y'all? So first things first, before I drop my socials, I just want to give you all these because like this Black excellence right here is amazing. Everybody is doing so many different things, and this is really the purpose of this show. It's just to highlight everything that's going on in this HBCU community and culture. So you can follow me on Instagram at Najee Farewell. That is NajeeFarewell. And Brent, we're also going to tap in as well. I got clothes dropping out. I need models, definitely. My brand page is Farewell Collection. My last name is FAREWELL Collection. Thank you. Rebecca, pass it back to you.
Awesome. Yes. My Instagram is Rebecca M. Henry, and that's REBEKKA MHENRY, Rebecca with 2 Ks. And my Faith Talk page is Faith Talk with Rebecca Henry, and it's Rebecca with 2 Ks. So like everyone said, it was such a blast. We really enjoyed you all being here. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Sonia. And thank you to my lovely co-hosts. Y'all have a good night, and make sure you tune in to the Campus Rundown every Tuesday at 8 p.m. See ya.
See y'all next week.
Thank y'all so much.